Okay.
Let's do this. All right, yeah, we're live. Maybe been live.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Arm Wrestling Showcase number 37. You all know our host, Kane Fontecchio with Alpha Empire Arm Wrestling, and myself, Josh Edwards, with Nowhere to Run. Tonight, we're going to be talking to some of the arm wrestlers in the community about different things coming up. We got the North versus South event coming up, some super matches that happened this past weekend. We're going to be talking about some of the matches that we already have set up and probably going over the featherweight class and the things that we have. Looking forward to that, as well as just shooting the crap and talking about all things arm wrestling like we do on this show. How's everybody doing tonight?
Fantastic. What's up,
Doing great.
Travis?
Good, good.
What's going on,
All
fellas?
right, we got Travis in the house.
What's
And
going
Mr.
on?
Tommy Heron with Orion Armwrestling.
Oh, I can't see them. Oh, I'm completely blacked out. I can't see myself.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, tonight's just a chill little hangout show. Kind of spur of the moment. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of talk about what's going on. We can, I guess, start with what just happened. Both of you guys had matches at Armfest. Well, shit, all three of you guys. Well, shoot, all four of us had matches. Come to think of it. So let's just start down here with Mr. Travis Provenche. Am I saying that right? Provenche?
Yeah, that worked.
Okay. All right. Hey, man, I'm in the same club. Nobody can say my last name right. So you had a match with Andrew Sanchez. Heavy
Yeah.
dude. He throws around some pretty crazy weight. And the dude, he even brought out like this spiky mask when he had his match with you. How do you feel about that match?
You know what? I I thought I don't know. Go out there, baby. You know what? At the start, I couldn't get anything in the setup. Uh, something just didn't feel like I was getting anything really. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like at the start, I couldn't get my hit off. I couldn't slip. Um, yeah, I mean, that dude, I've said this on my story, and I've arm wrestled, pretty much a lot of the strongest guys I could have so far in the last year that I've arm wrestled people. And there's not one person that I faced that has a thumb lock stronger than Andrew. I'm gonna tell you that right now. No pro that I've faced, no top ranked person I've ever faced has a stronger thumb lock than Andrew Sanchez. That dude has the strongest thumb lock I've ever felt in my life. And when I tried to slip, it literally felt like my thumb was going to break. So, I mean, I don't know if I should have lubed that thing up before that match or what, but uh, I swear, man, my thumbs, I mean, look at that thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's jacked up. So, um, I put myself in a position that I've never put myself in before in a match. And it was just different. It was different arm wrestling him, a bigger guy that I typically don't face in a tournament. And I think that's why I wanted to face him, to kind of just see what the difference was.
Right.
And, people my size, I could kind of get what I want from them. I couldn't get anything from him. So it was definitely a really, really good learning experience. I've arm wrestled Derek, I've arm wrestled Dallas, I've arm wrestled Jamie and Mega Mike and all them. And they let me hit, and Andrew, he actually had a really good post. It was just, yeah. I mean, I thought I was going to do better, and that wasn't the case. And it's okay because the guy had 45 pounds on me, of course, but taking nothing away from Andrew, he's strong. He's strong. And I mean, once he finds his form, I mean, if you watch the video of our match, I mean, there's a few moments that he exploded very well to pin me. And if he uses that the whole match and he really finds how to use all that strength that he has, the dude's going to be unstoppable for
Right.
sure. I highly believe that. We had a little match after our match. I mean, I wasn't able to get to the strap. But that's kind of something I wanted to get to because I feel really comfortable in the strap.
Okay.
And then we had kind of a little strap match after, and it was going back and forth. I was getting pins on him and he was getting pins on me. So that's something I wanted to get to, in our little match that we had, but I wasn't able to get there. And it was kind of a lesson to me, and I found some weaknesses in that match that I need to work on. My low hand that I typically don't do, which I could have had a stronger point on him if I would have really been working on that the last year. But I've been really working the top hand and my hook a bit the last year. In this game, you got to be kind of not just a one trick pony. You gotta work everything. So, I'm glad we had that match, because going forward, I mean, I found holes that I need to work on. So, hats off to Andrew.
Can I say something real quick?
Please do, Josh.
Travis.
Yeah.
I was super impressed watching you. I'm nobody. I'm just a guy who loves this sport and watches it and hangs out. But I was so impressed, bro. I don't know if you realize how close the outcome of that match actually was.
It actually was.
Just because the score went the way it was, you looked amazing outside of the straps. If there was a little bit of climbing and a little bit more finger containment, he really had nothing for you until he had his lock in. And that was what was so impressive. Your hand is very good. And don't I know that you're taking the good from it, but there's a lot more good that I don't know that you might be seeing. Like, you did exceptional, and the thing was so close. It was literally a minute movement that changes everything, and you had spots where you were in control. And yeah, watching that, man, like, you were just your hand is really good. So keep up the great work, and don't count yourself out, dude, because you're sitting there going against a stud who looks like he has biceps in his earlobes, right? But you look really good, dude. Really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely appreciate that. And, even, a few other people told me, they're like, it's a lot closer than you actually thought, I felt like I felt like I did better than I thought I actually thought I was going to do, is certain transitions that I had, certain ways that I was kind of like turning that I typically don't do in a match. Like, I never, ever let my wrist go back, for one. But I was trying just different lanes that I just thought I could have potentially got to. And I'm like, I just need to get one little point, I felt a little bit stronger to get past where I needed to go. And that's what I've been working on ever since I lost that match, that super match. So yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. It definitely means a lot, because, I mean, I post my videos because it's like, it's hard to just go work out every day. Obviously, you guys, arm wrestle and stuff. And it's like, if you're not a bodybuilder or if you're not in the fitness industry, I mean, we're just arm wrestlers, to actually go and train for arm wrestling consistently every day. It's not easy. It's not easy unless you're on that elite level, to motivate yourself to get out there and be like, yeah, I want to be better. I want to be better. I want to be better. And it's like, you take losses with a grain of salt, because it's like, if you lose, it's so easy to just beat yourself up and stop. And I'm definitely not going to do that. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely motivation. I'm glad I actually, lost the way I did, because it's motivating me more now to like come back stronger and, really try to perfect those holes in my game, I guess you could say. So we'll see.
Absolutely. Yeah,
we'll see. But
good take from that. And yeah, I really like what you had to say, Josh. All of those things were very true. It was very close. And that's kind of like why we have these type of matches at the Armfest, in my opinion. They don't always make sense. You might have a match with somebody 40 some odd, pounds heavier than you. And it's because, like, the Armfest, to me, it's a big communal, like, combined practice. And this one, for example, we have people from NorCal coming down. But yeah, just a chance to grip up with a lot of different kinds of people. and you're taking stuff to the bank. Whether you win or you lose, you're taking things to the bank from that. It's a practice. And so I kind of look at them as practice matches, but you're still taking them really seriously. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, there was a lot of great matches. I mean, there was a lot of great matches. I think the entire card was great. You know what I mean? So, just, styles make matchups, and I mean, shit. I mean, I see you're getting stronger. I mean, you and Don's match, that was great. Shit. I mean, and then Tommy's match was great too. So I mean,
Yeah.
Tommy and Manny are very close, and it's like whoever stops working out, the next person that continues to work out, they're gonna blow right past them. So I mean, I know I've said this, on my stories. I mean, there's people that are in the same strength level as me that either have been arm wrestling the same amount of time or longer, and it's like I just need to stay consistent and just keep doing what I'm doing, because once they stop, I'm gonna jump right past them. So that's kind of the goal.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, that was a good time. That was a good time. And yeah, it really was a good match, Travis. Let's welcome Mr. Don Mormon to the house. What's up, Don?
You hear me?
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
The Bat Slayer.
Yeah.
uh,
Hey,
No,
is that fishing podcast out now on a particular channel? I just saw like a snippet, I think, on Facebook or something.
yeah, it's on
Captain Frank.
Instagram.
Captain Crank on Instagram. Okay.
No, Captain Crank on
Cast and
Instagram.
Crank.
Captain Crank. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, go. Yeah.
Captain Crank.
Yeah. Wrong industry.
Oh. Hey,
Yeah, anybody
Kane.
go check that out, because Don was just featured on a fishing podcast, because Don is not only the man in arm wrestling, he is the man in bass
No,
fishing.
you're the man.
So let me also say hello to everybody in the chat. We got the Drew 24 in here. Caleb Armbender is in the house. What's up, Caleb? Good to see you, man.
Good,
We
Caleb.
got Benny Ringer in the house. And Caleb says those matches at Armfest were legit. Crispin is a certified ref. My match with Kane at Armfest was very serious to me, as serious and legit as any tournament. Wow, man. That like means a lot to hear you say that. And I feel like there is like a little bit more of a seriousness too when the North guys come down and we have a match with each other, because we don't get to match up that often. And yeah, I'll agree with you. There's a seriousness to it, but yeah, there's a different vibe to it. And I think part of the seriousness to matches like ours, Caleb, that was potentially a ranking match. You whooped my ass, so I didn't get to take your ranking, but we weighed in for that and everything, and some of them are that way. But like, yeah, Travis, he was pulling Andrew Sanchez like 40 some pounds heavier than him, and yeah, I thought of me and Don's match is kind of like an exhibition thing, because right now I'm supposed to be like the 165 class, but I came in the same weight as you though. You're like 175, right, Don? Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. I walk around 178 right now, 176.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
You were
I
feeling
kind of
so
float there.
strong.
I kind of float there all the time. I didn't think so.
No, you
Hey,
were. It was
let me
like we
tell
were
you.
talking afterwards, where it's just like that little millisecond or milli effort or whatever could like make the difference. Because where I was sitting there thinking like, man, I'm so gassed out, my hands like so blown up. Like you were
Mhm.
thinking the same thing, and
Yeah.
it just kind of things kind of work out one way or the other. And I don't know. Did you prep much for that match, or have you just been kind of like training as usual?
I didn't get a whole lot of training in because of, having my own little issues. And
Right.
so I was
Okay.
kind of laying off, kind of
Yeah.
going on the heel mode. And I did a little lightweight, but not really like the hard training, because it seemed like every time I went to someone's garage and practice, it just seemed like I irritated things. So I kind of
Right.
was trying to lay off. I actually wasn't even wanting to do our match, but I took the challenge, and we kind of got talked into that, so that's how it went. And that's how, I'm not taking nothing away from you. You kicked my ass 3-1. So I tried my best to try and get back in the strap, and I couldn't get there, and that's how it went. So
Right. Right.
mhm.
Well, yeah, yeah. Like we discussed, I really like your style of pulling, and I feel like it's gonna be rare that we would end up in the straps either arm much. It might happen, but you're like one of the few guys I feel like I can
We
like
have
get
a tendency to hang on.
right. I feel like I can get into a potential grinder with you without like going into like a full hook or something like
Right.
that. Um Scott Wynn kind of pulls the same way too. It's fun.
Right. Yeah, all his matches I ever had with him were always grinders. There was nothing ever that was quick. It was always a grind.
Right, right, right. Yeah, and I don't know. I kind of like went like pretty outside with you and just tried to get the jump because I don't
Yeah.
know, like round one, dude, I was gassed, man. I was like, I do not want to go head on with Don right now. It
Well,
was
yeah, me too. That's why I was trying to go in the strap because my hand was gone,
yeah,
you know, like instant. It's just like, to me, I just still describe it the same as like if you're a motocross rider, and you get motocross pump. Some guys get it pretty extreme, and
mm,
I get it pretty extreme. So it's no rest to get. I don't even know if I warmed up. I warmed up real quick with Josh, which
right.
probably wasn't even enough. But I didn't want to waste too much because we were about ready to go. So, yeah,
Yeah, he
we
just
were
called us up, didn't he?
right.
He was like, I think you guys are first. We're like, all right, let's do it. But I honestly, dude,
Good job.
what's that?
I said, good job.
Oh, thanks. One of my
Hey,
happy,
your hit was dialed in on a couple of those goes, Kane.
Yeah.
It looks so crisp and just man, money. It was quick, it was hard, it was everything that you want. I
thank
mean,
you.
everybody was whoa. So I mean, yeah,
It was
it
kind of a
wasn't it
risk.
wasn't like it wasn't like you came in badass. You know what I mean? That's what happened. Like you were badass at it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like straight up that I mean it was kind of a risk for me. I haven't like done that move or whatever you want to call it, and I don't do it much these days. I did it a lot when I competed amateurs and kind of getting into the open class, but having a shorter arm for my height, even like 5'7" dudes, my arm's not that long. People keep saying, oh, you got a long, I don't have a long arm. And doing that move, like I can't count how many times I've fouled myself out. So I kind of like evaded from that and kind of like
We
changed.
both were fouling a lot. So, I mean,
Right,
we
right,
even had
right,
some offset. So,
right.
but my fouls were still due to me trying to get a way to get in a strap. So then I'm lifting, because I'm trying to bail. And
Yeah.
again, that just ended up going, you had me over anyway too quick before I could even escape. So you got me good.
Thanks, man.
But you
One
know
of
what that means? So no, you know what that means though, right?
we got to do this again.
Yeah, that I got to come jump over you now.
Let's do this. Yeah, I don't know, Josh. Like I know we already set up my match for North versus South, which I won't say anything about yet, but like I can't help it. Like in the back of my head the whole time, I'm like, this is before having my match with Don. I already knew I wanted another match with Don. Like before having my match with him. I'm like, I already
You
know
said it
I
a
want.
long time ago. You said, I think this is going to be a string of long matches, like a
Yeah.
long relationship. And I think it will be.
Well, if there's space in the bill, maybe we'll have to do left-handed or something. I don't care, something, but like, yeah, I just know it's always going to be a good match with Don. And more of a potential grinder on the left, I think, because that's where I can kind of go in with your power just a little bit, I think. But
we already
Josh,
know we already know that.
A little bit, not enough, but a little
We
bit.
already know that's a grind.
So, okay, yeah, one of my favorite moments of the day was seeing Josh get to his spot with Lorenzo, my teammate Lorenzo Munoz, who is one of our head coaches. He's been a huge inspiration to me on the team.
Josh.
And yeah, I think, and Lorenzo's such a cool guy. I think he was probably just as impressed, by your win.
That
But
was
I
fun.
know how we don't get a lot of opportunities to pull Josh, but in the few that I have like practice pulled with you, it's like, damn, this guy's got a spot. You've got like you're very strong. If your wrist goes this way, like yeah, it's a pretty nasty spot. But yeah, seeing you get there, you just kind of like beat him here. And then I was like, oh shit. I was really happy for you, bro.
The cool thing
Yeah,
about Josh is that he's still always getting this stronger because he's still enough fresh in it that he's always going to surprise you because I think he's always going to be stronger. Ain't that
Yep.
right, Josh?
Hey,
He's all, I don't know.
luck was on my side that day, bro.
Was there anything that like stood out for you, Josh, that went different? He's got incredible leverage. He's strong up top and even inside. What happened? What'd you think?
Yeah, so sometimes words, dude, just go like so far, right? So the day before, I was talking to Johnny Salami, right? And he told me, he was like, dude, just go out there and have fun. He was like, don't stress yourself out like you always do. You try to do other stuff to pull correctly or whatever, whatever. And he said, just go out there and do what you do. So I treated it more like a practice, not in the sense of it was a practice match, because I didn't see myself really coming out on top. Okay. But I treated it, as far as my paranoia and my stress, like a practice. Like, hey, this is just another day. I arm wrestle because I love it. That's what I'm coming to do. I don't care what happens. I'm not worried about, oh, am I going to get a higher hand or any of that. I just treated it like I grip up with everybody. Let's just grip up and pull and have fun. Um, and and on top of that, I didn't try to do things that I'm learning. I did the thing that I know I'm good at, which I know I'm good at cupping. I know I'm good at inside. So I focused on that and that alone. I didn't try to do a crazy outside hit where I could have compromised my hand and been underneath him because he's taller. All of those things. I just went in there and had fun. And like I said, luck was on my side that day. I hold Lorenzo to a super high standard. Like, he's just such a great dude. And when I first pulled and seen him, I was just like, yeah, that's a cool ass dude. One of these days, hopefully I could give him a match. And boom, I mean, look what happened. So no, it was a blessing. He couldn't have been more humble afterwards. Bought me a beer. We're sitting there talking, and we've been friends ever since we met. But then he even called me on the way home while me and Don are driving through the storm. And he was like, I just want to let you know, I'm proud of you. Like, this and that. And that's really what means more to me than the win or anything else, is my peers, the people that I enjoy hanging with, saying, hey, dude, I can see something. So that was important to me. It meant a lot. So yeah, I'm trying to get better and better. Sometimes when I roll up to tournaments or whatever, I'm real banged up because I arm wrestle 3 or 4 days a week. And sometimes I am really torn down. And then sometimes it just works out where everything feels strong. Like, you never really know what you're going to get. But yeah, it was super awesome. And it definitely was like the biggest win since I've been arm wrestling.
Absolutely.
In my opinion. So
that's great. Yeah, I love how you just kind of like came into it to have fun, and your performance ended up kind of speaking volumes because of that. you know. Yeah, that's really cool. And it's hard. You talk about just kind of like constantly training and everything, and you're not really like taking a bunch of dedicated off time for an event or something. I like that because we've been in this for somewhere around the same time, a few years, a handful of years or something. And I feel like you get to like Derek Smith's level or, Dallas or something like that. And yeah, you're picking and choosing your matches, your events very carefully, and so that you can get your program just right, taper at the right time and everything. But, if you're on the climb and everything like that, I don't know, I just feel like you take a lot more to the bank just training it through, just yeah, can't count it into your gains, like uh forget about the medals and all that crap. Just, keep putting in the work. However, my only like side consideration to that is like I feel like we all, I mean, one, you can get hurt if you're, too beat up going into an actual event or a big match or something if you're not at least injury free and stuff. But I figure there is a point where you kind of want to like know how to do that, know how to taper, know how to maybe like weight cut a little bit, because that stuff does take practice, little bits. But oh, we got a few more people in the chat here.
I need to figure out the best way to not feel old.
Okay, all right. I don't know, man. Like,
There's a street in Mexico. It's called Revolution.
Hair dye.
You can't say stuff like that, Don, because like anybody younger than you, we're looking at you like, man, like I want to keep doing this so I can be all healthy and strong, like Don Mormon.
That's true. That's what I told them.
All you do is
bro,
keep
I don't think
going.
you know how much you inspire people. I can't complain about any injuries when I watch Don go out and do stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I
What
cannot
is it,
complain about, oh, my elbow hurts or any of that. Like it just
like Matthew McConaughey used to say, just keep living. Just keep living.
Livin.
yeah. It's one of the best movies of all time, bro.
That's right, my 80s friend. Yes. We got Tommy Heron in the house with us too, who also had a match with Manny. I'm just gonna say hello real quick to a few people that have been on the chat a while as well. We got Grace in the house, Spencer Papau, Alan Fishman. I want to talk about you a little bit, Alan, in a minute here. And I'll address some of these chats. OMDA, what's up? Kane was a beast. He is back for revenge for everyone. I don't know who you are, but that's really nice. Benny Ringer, what's up? Okay, so we'll hop into the chat in a minute here. First, I want to just kind of talk about Tommy's match with my teammate Manny, which was a really, really cool match. I enjoyed that match. That was mostly what would you say? Kind of a hook versus top roll. I think there was some transitions to the press from Manny, but really interesting match, man. Kudos to you. It was a good fight.
Yeah, man, I knew from because he was my first opponent up at the LA Fit Expo tournament. And the first thing he did was he slipped, and I tried to hold on, and I was like, yeah, I can get hand control in him. And then once that strap went on, and I started to feel him pressure up with his side pressure, I was like, he's not going for my hand at all. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to see what my outside can do. But man, his shoulder and his side pressure and his hook is just insane. So going into this, at least I already knew, because I left a bit early because I knew traffic was going to be terrible because it was raining, and it was still about 2.5 hours just to get back to San Diego. But I already knew I needed to make sure that, one, he didn't get me in the straps, and I felt like I did a good job at that. He didn't really try slipping the first two matches, and then after he lost the second time, so it was 2-1 me. He slipped, and I was like, oh man, hopefully this doesn't turn out like last time. And I already knew what he was going to try to do, so I tried my best to get every ounce of advantage in height. And I lasted a bit longer than I should have. And then he got an elbow foul. So I was like, all right, cool. I have another chance. And then he just got me over. But out of the strap, his cupping is just right underneath my pronation, to where if I lock my pronation in, he can't cup through it. But if he gets his cup, I can't pull through it with my pronation, even if it is optimal. So then he also started to try to attack outside a little bit once I got my cup in. So I had to sort of transition into a high hook and finish in a high hook, which I've never really done. It's usually just been straight outside.
Yeah.
And so I've gotten into a hook and a high hook, which I've never done that willingly in a any sort of a tournament setting. So it's definitely a new area for me to explore, but I knew I can't just take his hand, because if I take his hand and his wrist gives, he's going to slip because he knows he can get me in the straps any day. So it was definitely new waters that I had treaded, but it was really close. What I was really good at, he was really good at countering, and what he was really good at, I had a fair chance of countering what he had. That's why I was, 3-2 him, which, I don't take. I've taken so many L's in my life that it doesn't really affect me mentally. I'd rather just look back at it and see what I can improve on, because there's always another opportunity. You're not going to win every single time. You can't get down about that. So I look forward to pulling with him at a practice again, maybe at the next SoCal Armfest. Probably not a super match, but I look forward to seeing him at tournaments and stuff. He's great fun. And I think his power stems from his beard. Anybody with a beard whoops my ass. I mean, look at Josh, Don. Don can take me any day.
So I'm in trouble then.
Yeah. Yeah, you at least got to get a little mustache. You're the only baby face here.
I'll work on it.
Me and Josh will be twins.
Kane's the oldest one on this podcast, and he looks the youngest.
Yeah. How do you grow a beard? This is 3 months of growth right here. No, I'm just
Man,
kidding.
you lucky dog, man.
I'm kidding.
You lucky dog. I wonder what you would look like with a beard, Kane. That'd be an interesting look, man. I wonder what you'd look like, man. We should all just rock beards together for like a couple months and then shave them.
It might happen. It usually happens in the winter sometime. Keeps you warm, but it gets a little bit crazy and hectic up here in the winter, and you just kind of become a dirty bastard for a little bit, but it's fine. It's fun. Yeah. Oh, dude,
my hair used to be real long, and then since I've been arm wrestling, I just kept it short. I don't know why. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, man. I liked that match, Tommy. And if you I have a sneaking suspicion, especially for your weight, since a lot of the people you go against are going to have quite a bit of a shorter arm. I think you're going to grow to like that strap. It's going to take how long you been pulling for again, Tommy?
Just over a year in December.
Yeah. It takes a little bit for some people to kind of grow into liking it. I still don't like favor it, but I'm definitely learning to like it more. And I'm about 4 years in. But yeah, I could see with that leverage and being able to control that top strap. If you get your post and your rise, Lorenzo Munoz would be a good person to look at how he pulls in the strap, I think.
We were talking about this at the Armfest the other day. Dan Wardlaw was asking me what I thought. Do you guys think that in the strap that it definitely takes away, your top roll in your hand?
No,
or at least a good percentage. No.
I think for like a lot of people that are not proficient, so for a lot of top rollers that are not proficient in the straps, I don't know why we say strap, yeah, that can be the case, because there's just a lot of, I feel like, that you can exploit in the strap. But yeah, if you know how to do that as a top roller, yeah, I could definitely see being able to use it. It's definitely I've been more comfortable top rolling a lot of people this last year in the strap versus out of the strap. But it kind of depends on the person and the style you're going against. I'm not like super articulate in the strapped. I'm just kind of cracking that nut open, you know. What do you guys think?
I think you should go to Dallas. That dude is a magician in the straps, and that's who I learned from. And I 100% hated the straps when I first started arm wrestling. I thought it was like killing my blood circulation, and now I thrive on the strap. I literally I try to mimic whatever Dallas does in the straps. I try to set up exactly how he sets up. The problem with me is me getting to the strap. I have to learn how to slip really well if the person doesn't want to go to the strap with me, because I know if me and that person are on that same strength level, I know if I could get to the strap, I know I'm going to win, because I know my setup is that much better because I spend a lot of time in the strap. So Tommy, like with your length, I would definitely get with Dallas, because utilizing that strap, I mean, it would have been a massive advantage to you for sure. I mean, I think as taller guys, I mean 6 feet plus, right? We could use our leverage a little bit better in that strap, because we could start low, and then once we were pretty much ready to go, we could pretty much raise up and get that leverage. Yes, the smaller people could be lower gravity, more back pressure probably, but I believe the height plays a huge role in the strap. I really do believe that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't hate the strap or anything.
What?
What?
I was saying I don't hate the strap. I don't really mind being in it. It's just that when I pull with certain people that tend to be shorter, if I make one wrong move, they use my leverage against me, and I don't have my strength right up there with them. That's why I tried my best not to let Manny slip, because I know like his side pressure just completely overwhelms to where I could have his entire hand and he would just still be able to go right through me, and no matter if I had the best positioning ever.
Right.
So that's the disadvantage to being tall in the strap, is that yeah, you have leverage, but if you mess up one time, your leverage is then used against you, and then it's your muscles supposed to be holding against leverage, compared to a shorter person who's used to fighting against leverage, and now they have leverage on you. And that's sort of the downfall of being really tall. But once I get that strength up there and I get a lot more practice in the straps, then I'll probably be a lot more open to it, sort of like how Caleb is. Caleb always wants to be in a strap because his pronation lock is just so good. His lock just slightly out of 90 degrees for his elbow is fantastic. And then he also has that explosive hit. His side pressure is phenomenal. And it's when you're in a strap with a person like that, that's when you definitely want to try to hold on to them and not let them slip or anything, because they're an absolute master.
Yeah. It's tough. All of those things I feel like you're saying are valid. But that's what makes all this so much fun.
Yeah, see, so like you're talking about the Dallas thing. Dallas kind of pulls like what I'm talking about, though. Dallas really focuses on like lat and drag in the straps, as opposed to and this is why I'm asking this, because like I've had some of the older guys that have been in the sport for a long time say that the only reason you should even go to a strap is if you're trying to press or side pressure or something like that. Yes, you know, obviously your guys that learn the strap and everything, they're going to be proficient, they can do their move, but I feel like there is possibility with it once it's tied down that guy who has that real explosive pronation where it's all the thumb, some of that can get stopped, right, just from being strapped up to somebody. And I'm not saying it's like bad or good or this or that, because when I pull in the straps, I've definitely had situations where I can't do nothing with a certain guy. And then once that strap went on, boom, all of a sudden I just am winning the match because my move is a lat drag where it's straight back and holding. And in the straps, that works really well. But yeah, so I don't really top row with my right hand anyway, so I don't freaking know anything about that. I was just asking because Dan asked me. Dan Wardlaw says that he feels like it takes away a lot of your pronation. Not necessarily pronation, but yeah, or maybe pronation or top row. But he's talking about like the top hit. It takes away a lot of it.
So when it was a Chris Kringle pull, I had a match against Joey. And Joey has a really good hit. He's not extremely strong, but he's very technical and he has a really good hit. And that's why I'm like, oh, okay. Like we went to the strap in our match, and we just chose that at the beginning. The ref was like, oh, you want a strap? And he's like, sure. And then I know how he hits, so I just started loading on the outside, and that's where the strap helped me. I was loading on the outside because I know he's coming my way, and I know I can't match his hit at the beginning. And so I was loading to catch, and then obviously I came with my hand over top, but then he fell below the table, and I'm like, oh shit. Well, yeah, that kind of counteracted my move. Obviously, if he didn't drop below the table, he would have been pinned. But I shouldn't have over committed as well. I think me over committing and going outside my shoulder screwed me, of course. If I would have stayed in my shoulder, it would have been better. And if I could have worked to a press with that strap, obviously that move's super effective, but that's just time. I mean, I didn't obviously think, you literally have less than a second to react sometimes. And it's like, okay, shit, what do I do now? Type of thing, and it's like, when you're still new, it's like, I don't know everything, in the moment. And it's like, oh crap, and that's what happened with Kane's super match with Michael Brown, right? And it's like you're thinking about we were talking about this a week later or something like that. You're like, yeah, I preached to my guys oh, do this, and then I don't go and do it in my match, right? So it's like that's the same concept that's when you're having a match, sometimes the stuff that you just try to work on, it just goes out the window.
Yeah. And I'm a big believer that to keep it in the window is there has to be some kind of training and repetition spent on that. Like in my match with Mike, when I landed when I hit a stop each time on my side of the table with him, and he kind of had me in almost a open top roll catch here. It's not that I wasn't thinking about transitioning up into that shoulder press. It's not that I wasn't thinking about it. I knew I would lose that match quicker if I did, because I didn't feel strong there. I didn't feel like I could really keep this and get forward and keep that without just, giving that with the way the position was, but also because I didn't feel I was strong enough to do that because I hadn't been working on it, enough. And there has to be a level of that. So yeah, it's I've definitely spent more time explaining the mechanics of that to somebody than actually just repping that shit out for, 30 minutes or something at practice.
Yeah.
But hey,
no, for sure.
it's the lessons that we learn. We've got quite a few chats here. Yeah, let me run through them a little bit. Benjimac in the house, what's up? Moderating. Good to see you here, bro. Talking to each other a little bit. And we got Big Allen in the house. OC's Team Cap, also number 5 on the left, number 5 on the right, super heavies in California. He says, hey, what's up, everyone? We had some good matches at the last Armfest. Yeah, those were good, man. And I think we're all super grateful that you do these. Good setup. We had fun. And let's see, what else do we have? So OMDA, I appreciate the compliment. Who are you? What's your name? It sounds like we might know each other. I just don't know the YouTube name there. You said I'm a beast and I'm back for revenge. from everyone after Mike's super match. It's true. Nobody's safe now. Rodell Escalara in the house. We got the Caribbean Bull in the house. What's up, man? Simple Man 86 saying hello. Mr. Connor Butler, what's up? Oh, how you been? I believe Connor's up there in Central Cali or NorCal or something like that. I hope you've had a chance to hook up with a team up there, Connor. If you need any help, message myself or Josh. Definitely, Josh would know more than me. But yeah, if you're still looking to train while you're out there. Caleb says, I have no power without the straps. That's not true, bro. But you were very powerful in the straps, 100%.
That's how I felt against Andrew.
Connor says, I still hate the straps. Alan says, Dallas made my strap game great. His strap work is legit. It really is. It really is. I've learned a few things from Dallas too, about the strap, mostly just how to try and get a loose strap. That is one thing that kind of helps top rollers sometimes. Simple Man 86 says, Kenny and I had some grinders in the strap at Mike McGraw's house. My left hand was numb for a month. Yeah, man. What was it? Yeah, Travis, you were talking about the thumb thing with Andrew Sanchez. Yes, I get that sometimes too. Like even at training, I think I did have it after Armfest. So I don't know if Dawn, you did it to me, but I don't usually notice it till after. Like my thumb's like sore for days, but it's just starting to feel better. But yeah, some people just have that little vice right onto that bone on your thumb.
Man, those I'm telling you, those power lifters are just. I'm like, I told him actually, I was like, he's like, I get it from deadlifting. I said, I'm gonna start deadlifting. I don't care. Like I'm gonna figure it out because every power lifter, I've shook their hands. I'm like, I feel like I have a pretty strong grip. And I'm dealing with these power lifters. I'm like, my grip doesn't even come close to these power lifters because they have to hold on to these 600-700-pound weights and crap. And I'm like, I need to start deadlifting. I mean, it's a game changer for sure. I believe it is.
Yeah. 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 And there's the chess game there too, though. If someone's gonna be doing all that to you, not only are they blowing their own hand up quicker because they're putting a lot of energy into trying to implement, create pain there and keep you from slipping. So that's a situation, maybe not hold on, not give as much effort up here,
if they're going to squeeze and hold on like that, you hit as hard as you can to the side and they're going with you.
Yeah.
Hey, I tried to hit and I tried to slip out, but then my thumb pretty much almost got ripped off. So I said, you know what? I'm going to learn this lesson and really just because I don't go to practice and be like, hey, I'm going to focus on just slipping the whole practice. So guess what? This weekend, I'm slipping the whole practice.
Whole practice. Yeah.
Whole practice. I'm not even pulling because my arm is I'm literally hitting on this machine. Like I don't just do reps. Like I work on the weight bouncing up and down. Like I pop the weight up and down like an actual hit. Like I'm getting hit at the tournament. So when somebody hits me now, it doesn't phase me really at all. But if I can't slip and I can't get to the strap, I can't hit myself. So, I mean, I'm working on slipping the whole practice. That's it. That's it. I don't care.
Well, someone's going to have to correct me if I'm wrong. I bet you, Big Alan, you know this because you've been around a bit. But I feel like it wasn't that long ago that I think Dallas was bad at slipping. I could be wrong, but I feel like I remember that. Like a few of us were getting on him because he's so good in the straps. But I believe there was a time where he had a hard time getting a clean slip. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think I tried slipping intentional. I don't do it a lot either, Travis. So I'm horrible at it. I think it was what event was it that I slipped and they fouled me because I think my hand was a little open or something. Just doing it really bad.
Yeah, I mean, I kept elbow fouling too. I'm like, I couldn't contain. I don't know. I just couldn't contain my arm on the table, and I felt lost. I felt lost, I guess you could say. I mean, you shouldn't feel that way. You should feel well versed in all aspects, of course, in your game. But I don't know. For some reason, I just felt lost, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Weird.
Well, we've got
Yeah, me too.
yeah. Is that Don? So Big Alan says, Travis, I think you might have had a typo there. I can't tell. It says Travis AI. But I think he means I lost a thumb trying to slip in, or Travis lost a thumb trying to slip in his super match. Caleb says, appreciate the love, Tommy, for the nice things you had to say. Tommy.
Give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
You know I love you, Caleb.
Yeah. Simple Man says, my wife just walked in and glanced at the TV and asked, is Don working? Don, who's? Yeah, Don's always working and always at night too.
Yes, I'm working.
You doing some more drywall, a little finish work on it or what?
No, I'm doing just finished things on the house, doorknobs, some weather stripping, things like that, and kind of piddling around until we get cabinets in here so I can finish the floors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah. We've got let's see. Oh, Simple Man is Matt Hughes. What's up, Matt? Good to see you. And OMDA
Matt.
yeah, man. Yeah, good to see you here. OMDA is Imad from my team. My teammate Imad. What's up, man? Imad's a beast. We've got a lot of newer pullers on our team that are beasts. Look out for Alpha Empire. I'm telling you. We got a lot of good new talent. A lot of new talent out of Mendy's as well that people have got to look out for. Connor says, in San Francisco, haven't had a chance to attend a practice yet, but I'm communicating in the BAA group to get a practice in the city going. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you're looking to start your own up. Yeah, that's really awesome. Josh, you there, Josh? No, Josh stepped away.
Yeah,
Don,
I'm here. What's up? I can hear you. I was just doing something. What's up?
who's what team's closest to San Francisco?
Probably the Livermore, the Matt Silva's team, the Bay Area team, or the Sacramento group of the arm vendors.
Okay, so he needs to hit up either Matt Silva.
Yeah, Santino as well. There's Sacramento. There's Sac County Arms. So yeah,
right.
all them guys are up there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we've got Santino Bravo in the house, man. Yeah, Connor, that's somebody you could talk to as well. Santino's got a great team out there. And I wanted to bring up one other thing, Josh. I don't know, like, okay, if you can't bring anything up about him regarding North versus South, just say no comment, Kane. But I'm curious, does Big Alan Hodsey have a match for North versus South scheduled?
No comment.
No comment. Okay, interesting. Because I just want to say, dude, like one of the guys who I think is just like it deserves a lot of shots in California pulling, and I'd love to see pull out of state as well as Alan. Dude's a monster.
Totally agree. I
yeah.
totally agree.
Yeah, he just and I want to see him. I'm hoping, you know, I don't know what you know in regards to that, but I am hoping on the right or left, whatever he's feeling good, to see him get a shot to pull up at least soon.
I'll tell you this. I can say this much. If it works out to where he has a match, it's going to be a big one. It's a really exciting one for sure.
Very cool.
Because we already kind of molded over a little bit, and it's all depending on if it works out as far as health and stuff like that. So if it works out, Hodsey wants to do it, so it'll be a cool announcement for sure.
Okay,
and that's the last. I think fifth on the.
All right. Yeah. I want to see that, Alan. I want to see you take down somebody on the tippy top of the list, or I don't know, man. Yeah, I really want to see you challenged well. Yeah, because dude, you were unbelievably strong. I've just been watching how many you were strong when I came into this, but yeah, you're looking really good, and I have a feeling you could do some pretty good damage. But that's my 20 cents on that.
You know who I really want to see? I mean, since you just said that they're in the chat, um, but I'd really love to see Matt. I mean, even though he's not in it all the time or whatever, Matt is still a beast, and I'd like to see him have a good level match to kind of.
Absolutely. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
100%. Well, let's do we can do a couple match announcements here based on the guests that we have in the house, right?
Yeah, you can go ahead with the ones that I already told you about if you'd like.
Okay. Well, for now I'll just start with who we got in here. Tommy Heron. Your match is right.
Aiden Craig.
That's with Aiden, the older brother. Okay. Yeah, I sent a message out to Aiden. I don't know if he got it. I kind of sent you all messages last minute, but we'll definitely get Aiden on here and Nolan. So you have a best of 5 match with Aiden Craig, 17 years old from Northern California, and he's got a gnarly explosive hit. I felt it a little bit in the after poll after you guys' amateur run. Dude's nuts, man. He's strong. Like, yeah, that hurt a little bit. He's a lot smaller and everything like that. I know he's newer to the game and everything. So I'm like, I'm like, go ahead, and he's like, I'm going to hit. Is that okay? I'm like, okay. And he's just, I was like, holy crap. Yeah, that dude's nuts. And you guys did pull in that competition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't after pull with him or anything, so I don't know what he truly feels like, because from the ready go, he immediately tried to slip, and I could tell by the way he was pressuring up. I was like, man, I don't want to get into the straps with this guy. He is going to tear me down. Same thing with Manny. I was like, I don't want to get into the straps with this guy. I was able to keep a severe death grip on his finger,
Right.
and then he elbow fouled, or maybe I did, one of us. And then it turned into the exact same thing when they restarted the match. But when he came in, because he knew I wasn't going to let him go, and I guess his thumb was hurting because I was gripping it. It was the first time I ever held on truly like that. He
Right.
came right in and did a really low supinated hook,
Yeah.
and it went right into a high hook for me. So he wrapped his pinky around my wrist and everything. So when he came back, he did not have any good advantage, and so I was able just to take him down. But yeah, I've never felt his true strength. I feel like I could beat him, but also at the same time, I know he's strong. Just the way he was hitting with just his thumb was about it was about breaking my arm.
Right.
Not literally, but he was gonna pull it off. But yeah, so I'm definitely excited for that. He stands a good chance, and I feel like by time the tournament comes around, I stand a fairly good chance too.
Yeah, I definitely think you do. It's going to be an interesting match to see how you guys adjust from round to round. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. Tommy, how much are you weighing right now?
I walk around 152.
Okay. So that means if we do this featherweight round robin for a 145 ranking, you think you can make 145?
Yeah. Yeah, I can make probably 145 easy. All I got to do is just not drink water for 18 hours, and I'm down there in the lower 40s.
Okay.
That's what I did when I was competing for strict curl. I was lifting in the 148 weight.
Perfect. Yeah, man, it's going to be great. That's the plan, right, Josh? Do a 145 round robin and see where you all land and create a
Zero
145
to
rank.
145. Speaking about that, as a matter of fact, I just got hit up by Double D, Danny Dowler, this morning, and he said, "Hey, when is this going on?" I told him it looks like it's going to be June, in the middle of June. He said, "Perfect. It's after nationals, so he definitely will make that weight, and he wants to be a part of that." So, it's definitely going to look it's definitely going to look good. The cool thing is that um, it's important for everybody that goes out there and spends their time to be involved in whatever event to be recognized, whether it be female, youth, male it this way, male it that way. It doesn't matter. It's important for everybody to be recognized just the same. And so the more that we can do that and be inclusive of everyone, the more that the events feel wholesome, the more that people want to participate, the more that they're interested in sharing it with their friends and family and things like that. And starting off a featherweight thing, if we really can get this thing rolling like we think we can, it's cool because whoever shows up that day, you guys are king of the hill that day. You're starting it off. Like the winner that day walks away number one in California in the 0 to 145 class, which is a really cool thing to be able to win, right? Instead of just a medal or this or that, like you guys are fighting for new rankings that day, and it all starts off from there, right?
Yeah.
And then as we can get these tournaments to continue to add these classes, now you have hypothetically you have Tommy walking in and he's the king of California, 0 to 145, and everybody has a target on your back and they're like, I'm going to get this dude, right? And it just makes it more exciting. It makes it really cool. And if we can do the same thing for the youth and the women, and we keep this thing going, yeah, I think it's really exciting. So yeah, 0 to 145. That's thanks to Kane for breaking that down, and Caleb as well, breaking that down the way that it makes sense the most. That's what we're gonna run with for now. And yeah, I think what is it? What did you guys decide on, a 10 man round robin, or is it what, 12? What do we know that part yet?
Yeah, right now I think we've got 12 that we can use. So a lot of it I think is gonna come down to time. It would be hard, we'd have to eliminate a couple names, and I have a really good feeling there's a couple other names that might come out of the woodwork. But I do want to be fair about it. We might have to, kind of backtrack some actual events and see who's more competitive, who's been showing up to competitions and everything. But the tough thing for me, Josh, is um everything that you just said is so true, and this is so important. We're birthing a new class here in Cali that the featherweights can look forward to and start taking serious. It's my prediction that this 145 class is going to be more popular and competitive than the 165 class. I have a feeling that now that we're doing this and we've got that many, I just feel like there's a lot of dudes out there in that lower weight that keep coming out of the woodwork, that would be actually willing to compete and train more, to compete more, if this was established. So on one end, I wouldn't want it to take too long, but if we got enough tables, the other end is, I feel like we want to make a realistic top 10, right, for California. And so you kind of want to see who's actually out there to, organically create that top 10. Even if we just had 10 competing, I mean, yeah, it kind of puts them in order, so to speak. But I also want to see people fight to get into that top 10 in the first place. If we land at like 12 to 14 people or something like that, however we can make it happen. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I like it all. I like all the ideas. I mean, me, my mind is always like spinning and thinking about like stuff that we can do. I can't help but think about how cool it would be to really be tight on these rankings, as far as like other combat sports where you have the champion and then you have the number one contender, and then you have the number 2, 3, 4 guys, so and forth. And that's just like the rankings. But saying that to say this, making it to where that champion has to defend his title so many times per year or whatever it is, and it go accordingly to the guy who is the number one contender, who's went out there and beat the 3, 4, 5 guy or whatever it is, right? So really like a thing of really, really, really earning that spot decisively, instead of like your random situations. I'm just talking about future, like as far as like a league thing or whatever like that. But yeah, I think that something like that would really be cool. But no, I think everything that you guys have came up with is just awesome, and I'm glad to be a part of it. And I think that we're gonna get the people excited, just like we talked about last year. The people that don't usually get mentioned, when they start to get mentioned, they're going to go and tell 10 people, and they're going to be super excited to do that. And you keep doing that, you keep building that, right? Amateurs, 145 class, all these new things that you add, and it gives these people something to be like, hey, look at my name's on something, so
heck yeah. That's what it's all about.
I know that answer. Good.
Yeah, we're just building this bad boy together. Connor Butler says it's an ambush super match, referring to the comments with Big Allen. Yeah, because Allen's like, okay, so he said he's been nursing an injury, and but that he should be ready by the time we're actually doing is because they're asking when North versus South is to take place. And so far we've got June, right? That's kind of where we're landing.
I mean, yeah, so so far the only dates that make sense where we are not stepping on anybody's toes as a group doing what we're doing, because I think that's the biggest thing. That's what we tried to do last year. There's a lot going on this year, way more. So we have like 1 week in May, or we have June 15th. And so that's what it looks like. It's like 85% June 15th, which, that's more towards the summer, this and that, but it's still a good time. I think we could have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for June 15th. I like that date. I think it's a good date, as long as all the moving parts and everything say so as well. But yeah, I think that would be great. It's a perfect time in between a lot of these events that are going on there. You're right, dude. There's a lot going on this year. It's crazy, man. There's a lot going on this year. Really cool stuff. The Drew is back in the house. Is okay. What I miss, I'm delivering orders and was watching the Italia stream. Okay, well, thanks for coming over here to hang out with us too, man. We were just talking all about you, pretty much, but I don't know. I can't tell you what that was because you weren't here.
All right, Kane, the wife got off. She just texted me. I got to go.
Oh, she's ready. Okay, cool. Have a good night, brother. Good to see you.
All right. Thanks for having me on. Good to see you guys too. And hopefully Don doesn't get electrocuted over there.
All right, bro.
See you guys.
So we can, as a matter of fact, we can, go ahead and just, let everybody know that it's June 15th. That way everybody can plan for it. It's June 15th. There's nothing short of a fluke that would change that, but that would be like within the next day or two. But everything says June 15th. Derek and everybody's in. So it's June 15th. Everybody can plan for that.
All right.
We're going to be at the same spot. We're going to be at Crusader Brewing. I've already talked to Bailey, the owner. He is more than overjoyed to have us back. Just pissed off that it wasn't sooner. So, he wants us there a lot. So, you know, and that's the thing, talking to you guys, I think with this CAL and us doing this, we can really build a relationship with people like this in the community that are also your business owners and stuff that do want to sponsor us and help us out, right? So they're giving us a platform, and we can show our appreciation by like, hey, we'll keep on bringing shows to your place. I told Bailey when we did the thing last year, I said, I want it to get to the point where you have to get a bigger place to have events for us. And he said, yeah, me too. Right. So that's the goal.
Oh, that'll be amazing. Oh yeah, they're gonna, I don't know, dude. This year's gonna be way bigger, I think, too. So
yeah, it looks like it is. I mean, I last year it was 90%, only California with a couple of stragglers from outside, like that mentioned about it. This year, the majority of the people that commented or messaged me about it already have been from out of state. Like the in-state people are already like, they already know and they're already excited or whatever. But a lot of out-of-state people are like, hey, can we come and participate or come and it's like, yeah, I mean, we have these matches that are going to be set up. You're definitely welcome to come and have a blast and have a great day of arm wrestling with a party. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. If we can get a cool spot this year, I'd love to make it like a whole weekend to where everybody has like a barbecue swim, especially because it's going to be summer this time. Like a
Kane's
barbecue
backyard.
swim party.
let's do it. If everyone wants to come south and then way up into the mountains, let's do it. That B&B last year, I'm sure would rent to us again, even though we had way more than what the capacity was listed for. We did good. It's surprising how responsible arm wrestlers can be, especially the day after. Yeah, she was really happy with how clean everything was and stuff. But I have a feeling we need more than that one place. I haven't checked the availability up there in Bakersfield recently, so maybe there is some like a bigger house that we can put everybody in one. But yeah, I'm wondering if we do need one just for the North people and one just for the South people.
Yeah,
yeah, it's hard to say because, like, I mean, and that kind of makes sense leading up to the event, like for Friday night or something. But you kind of want to get everybody together. That was some of the best times that we had was after the event, back at the after party with all the NorCal and SoCal people hanging out. But yeah, that was a good spot. Yeah, you weren't able to stay and hang out, were you, Don? Oh, he's muted. Yeah. Okay. Shaking his head no. Yeah, I hope you and the fam can hang out a bit for the after party. Oh, we got Mika in the house. Mika says, I can do June probably. Who from the north wants some heat? Who you got up there for Mika, Josh?
I mean, there. Are we talking about right-handed or are we talking about left-handed? What are we talking about?
What shape is your right in these days, Mika? You've mostly been pulling left for a little bit, haven't you? I believe right is his good arm, but he's kind of working something out with that. I could be wrong. God, who would it be? Who would it be?
I mean, is Mika in the same? Is he in the same weight class as Jamie?
Yeah, I believe Mika's a 220 guy.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think he can get down to 205 if he really wanted to, but I think he's comfortable right there around
So
220.
if he's a 220 guy, I mean, it has to be somebody like Ballesteros or Vaz or Matt Hughes or Anderson Oliveira. I mean, he's a little bit lighter, but I know they could meet somewhere around 210 or something. There's a few studs up here that I think are perfect for something like that.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm actually gonna pull up the list. Well, I want to see all these options.
Is
Those were good.
Is Mika on? So is he in the 220 rankings? Is he in the rankings with Ballesteros, or is he in the rankings with Sheldon and Oliveira?
Tell you right now, on the right, he's ranked in the 205s actually.
Okay,
So
yeah. So then Oliveira and him would be an awesome match.
and then he's right below David Egan. And then Robbie's right below Mika. So
Oh, Robbie. Oh, okay.
yeah, Anderson could be a good match. I don't know. Like David's up north too, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah, he is. It's where he resides.
And actually, I mean Anderson is ranked high. He's the number 2. David's number 4,
But
Mika's number 5. But I don't know, just like David's scary, man. Like, yeah.
that's a different class, though, isn't it? Anderson is 185 to 205, and you're talking 206, or what is that?
This is
Are
the
they in the
right
same
hand
class?
205, right hand 205 class.
So you got number 1 is Dallas, number 2 is Anderson, number 3 is Jamie, number 4 is Mika or
David.
number 5 is Mika.
Yep. But on the
Okay.
left though, Mika is number 2. On the left hand behind Dallas, he's number 2. Then you got
And where is Anderson on the left?
number 6.
So that's kind of equal if they both had a right and left-handed match. I mean, well, unless Mika's right isn't healthy, but would he want to pull, him being number 6? Would he want to pull down? I mean,
Yeah, I would imagine he might.
I think that'd be a good match.
Well, let me just send him the damn link if you wanna pop in here, Mika. Let's see.
So where's Robbie? Where's Robbie on there? You said Robbie's right under him?
Yeah, on the right, he's number 6. I'll tell you a minute on the left.
I mean, that'd be a good match. I mean, both the Ballesteros boys bring a lot of energy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Robbie on the left is number 9. He's number 6 on the right.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe the last year Mika's been a lot more competitive on the left, but yeah, I believe it's because he's working something out on his right.
It was after that Artem match, huh? No, I'm saying that like in a good way. I mean, it woke something up, and Mika was like, I'm gonna polish this left up.
Right. Okay.
Hey
Yeah.
guys, I gotta head out.
All right, Travis. Thanks for coming on, man.
I'll talk to you guys a little later.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, later, guys.
All right, Mika, I sent you the link if you want to pop in here and talk out a potential match. See where you're at on the right and the left these days. The Drew says, Mika, I can pull you right hand. Now, the Drew, is this Andrew Sanchez? Because that's not right. I feel like the Drew is somebody else. No? Is
I
this
have no idea.
Is this you, Andrew Sanchez?
It probably is.
Okay. Well, if you are, then you're south, Andrew. Mika would have to pull somebody from the north. We got River Welch in the house saying he can't wait for North versus South. Stephanie Spencer is in the house. What's up, Stephanie? It was good to see you Sunday. And Jake Collins is in the house saying, what's up, nerds? What's up, man? Just a bunch of nerds talking about arm wrestling. It is so nerdy, man. It's totally nerdy. We got let's see. Jake Collins says, okay, Mika says my right is still injured and retired. So we're just talking on the left. So yeah, man. I'm sure Josh will get you a match on the left. So if I look, let's see, party arm, he says this year, I hope my right eventually heals up. It's been years. Oh, excuse me. see. Jake Collins says, I'm here for it. All right, what, like for Mika?
For what?
I don't know. Jake Collins says, I'm here for it. Let's see. Are you here to be nerds with us? Or are you up there in the north to have a match with Mika? Yeah, Mika says, Drew, I see your comments everywhere. I love it. Drone until it's healed up. Okay, the Drew's in Vegas from Brandon Allen. Okay, Brandon Allen's camp. Right on. He says he was at the big event that you guys just had. Okay, right on, man. Mika says, probably gonna focus on tennis business with my right until I can actually be healthy and train it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
So who else? Okay, so read me the list again. Who else is from the north that's right near Mika on the left? Anderson and Robbie?
If he's pulling up, he's looking at Dallas, but that's, Dallas is a south
That's
guy.
right.
So the closest up north is going to be David Egan. So the list goes Dallas number 1, Mika number 2, Cody Hadley number 3. Now we got a north guy, David Egan, number 4. Lorenzo Munoz is number 5 on the left hand. And then we're down to Anderson Oliveira, number 6, Donovan Alexander at 7, Christian Cabahug at 8, Robbie Ballesteros 9, Matt Hughes is number 10.
Wow, those are some good matches that we could have right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right there, right?
Yeah. I would love to set up the David and Mika match. I mean, that's like the first,
Yeah, that's the one I like the most too. I think it could be nuts.
Can you reach out? Can you reach out to them and see, or?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, Mika's my buddy, but I really don't know David. I can try and find him, reach out to him. I don't even know if he's like on social media.
I know he's on Facebook, but he hardly ever messages or anything. I don't know.
What team does he practice with?
I mean, I always see him with Vosgin and DeVete. I mean, even though he lives up north.
Oh wait, Connor's saying David Egan is south. Is he south?
No, he lives up north, or at least that's what his, where he was living. But I've always seen him with Vosgin. So yeah, maybe. I mean, who knows?
Okay. Yeah, we got to find that. Either way, like I'd love to see that match. Yeah, Caleb's back in the house saying that he's saying he'll pull Mika left if Mika pulls him right as well. Trying to beat up an injured guy, Caleb, man, come on. That would be pretty cool left though. Caleb says
an injured Mika is still stronger than most guys.
yeah. Yeah, Caleb says David is LA with Vosgin and Vrej. Really?
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, his Facebook says he lives up north.
Anderson, he'd have to pull down the number 6. Unless Mika, you want to just have like we're just talking rankings here, but if you want to have like a exhibition match with maybe somebody heavier,
yeah, if he just wants to have a match to help for the California Cup, just a point for the South.
Yeah.
He can call out anybody, or we can set him up with anybody if he wants.
Right. Yeah, there's a bunch of killers in that 232. Up north, you'd be looking at Ryan Ballesteros at number 3, Michael Vaz at number 4, Jody Smith at number 5. Alexander Barlikov, is he a north guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
big dude. He's like 6'7" or something.
Right. Right. Yeah, Mika says David Egan is a monster. Yep, pretty much. And let's see, Mika. Yeah, David trains with Reg. Yeah, I don't mind just having fun. If I can make it, is it in June? Yes. The date we're looking at is June 15th, right now, Mika. So he says he's still a little 205 guy. Well, just whatever yeah, man, let me know. Whatever match looks the most attractive to you, you think makes sense. Something close, really entertaining. If you want to do something more about the rankings, it just has to be somebody from up north. You could do somebody from the 205s, but I don't know. I'd love to see you pull any of those 232 guys too.
How about Vaz?
Michael Vaz, or what's his yeah, Michael Vaz.
Yeah.
Mika, did you pull Vaz at UAL? Do you remember seeing that, Josh? Did they?
No, they didn't.
Okay.
Different weight.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he says he doesn't care about weight. He'll do whatever. So, yeah, there's some good ones. I'd say your options is maybe Michael Vaz or Anderson Oliveira. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
one
both those are good.
of those could be cool.
Yeah.
Even Ryan Ballesteros, but yeah, I don't know who's trying to
I would really
match.
love to see I'd really like to see Anderson in Dallas. I know that Dallas is a bit above, he's in his spot for a reason.
Right.
But styles make matches and they both kind of favor inside, and I just like to see it. I think it could be a grinder. I think it could
Yeah.
be a really good match.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that match. I like that more than Anderson versus Mika style wise, I think.
Yeah,
There's some
yeah.
there's certain things I can't really predict between I see Anderson and Mika possibly just being a 3-0 one way or the other, but yeah, I don't know. I definitely could see it being a grinder more between Anderson and Dallas for sure. I want to see somebody fast and explosive, um, and maybe even with a decent lever. I don't know, like I like Robbie for Mika. That could be a fun match.
That's what I was saying. Matt Hughes, man, you can ask Jamie himself. He'll tell you. He said it on your podcast that Matt Hughes hits like a Mack truck. I mean, that dude's hit is impressive. And I know he's not active, but still he's always, he kind of just loves the sport, and it'd be like an exhibition fun thing. It'd just be like let's just go and see where we're at. But I think that could be a good one.
Okay.
Because Matt he's a very strong hand puller, and he has a good hit.
Okay. Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mika says, and where is this taking place? It's in
Same
Bakersfield.
spot. He was there last year. Same spot.
Okay, yeah, you were there. Right. And yeah, he says Ryan is fire and that he's down for whatever. And I think he's saying in reference to like if he was to pull Anderson, don't worry, I'll train my hook, no top roll. I love it. That's what I want to hear. All right, man. I'll be wrapping it up pretty soon here. Is there anything we haven't covered that you want to bring up this week?
No, I mean, no, I think everything, we're just lightly touching on stuff. I think we have a lot of plans that are coming into place, And I think that, yeah, this is all good. I do want to start, you and I bumping heads and getting together on this video thing and start making, some kind of progress. Because now that we know we have June, that's another reason I like June so much. It gives us ample time to do whatever we want to do. And I think we could really kick this thing off. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And in regards to that
And then,
documentary, I said it on the last show. I've said it to some of my teammates, a lot of the featherweights too, competing in that round robin. But if you are in the background with Josh talking about a super match, you're setting one up for this, or competing in that featherweight round robin, start video journaling, guys. This is a community documentary we're doing. You know, a lot of the finished work is going to be top notch. A lot of the videography we're going to be shooting for as best quality as we can at the actual event. But a lot of the heart and soul of this documentary, what I want is going to be like a community collective of you guys' training progress, your lead up to the event, your plans, your struggles, all of those things. Yeah, if you're going out there to train a bit,
everything, home videos, barbecuing with your family, the
yeah,
meals that you're eating, all the little footage of your everyday life leading up to this thing, and Kane and I and some other people are going to put our heads together and snip this thing up, and I think it can be really, yeah,
yeah, we'll put it
yeah, it's
all
going to be
together.
cool.
A nice little bow. It's going to be good. We'll get to know everybody, and what it's like to uh be an arm wrestler, you know, and compete, have something that you're really like training hard for and giving a lot of your dedication and time to, what it's like for your family, all those things. So just start doing that. That's like the least that I think we could do at this point, and I'll be collecting footage from a lot of you, as this whole thing progresses, and starting to cut everything up and put it together. Anybody that wants to be involved in it, just in terms of like you're competing and you're doing that videography stuff, let me know, shoot me a message. Anybody that wants to be involved in the production or whatever, that you feel like you got some skills, hit me up. There might be a way that we can utilize extra angles or something like that at the actual event. Something this big could also require a few different layers of editing. We might need like an initial kind of rough cut edit to just kind of like bring everything down to something more rough that we can start doing like polished edits to, as well. But the only thing I ask for anybody that is doing, your little video journaling and everything to lead up and contribute to this North vs. South documentary is, for all of that footage, help by being your best editor. Like, don't, like if you've got a good portion or good portions of your training session or something like that that can be included and that we can work with and chop up, send that. If you're sending me like 3 hours of footage that you ran from the afternoon of a whole like training session, and it's got a lot of dead time, that makes a lot of work for me, especially if we're talking like, 40, 50, I don't know how many people. So, yeah, just try and chop up the simple stuff that you have, that's usable, and send it over to me.
I mean, it might be easier if you just kind of like give everybody almost a criteria and just say, hey, like no more than 5 minutes each person, or whatever it might be, or 7-10 minutes or whatever,
Right.
or that way they kind of chop it down to their best little clip of their videos.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely try. Yeah, I'm wanting to put together some kind of PDF that I can send to everybody that's got some simple things that can help out a lot with that. And it's a really good idea. Um, yeah, the interesting part is what's going to dictate a lot of the time of, certain people that screen time on the actual finished documentary is what kind of story happens. You know what I mean? What I mean by that is taking the footage that we've got from the lead up and the kind of stuff that you've contributed, that you athletes have contributed in your video journaling, depending on how things play out in the actual event, that's gonna rise all the good stuff to the top, in terms of story, how that can be matched up with certain pre-video journaling, pre-match stuff, like what happened that was like the most interesting, both in the match and the lead up video journaling, if that makes sense. But we're going to try and include as much of the community as we can, but we're looking for a lot of those little magic connections that are going to happen.
Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
What's up, Caribbean Bull? He says he wants to pull versus the number 9 in 205 because he's number 10 right-handed.
All right, so it looks like Robert Terry and Michael Brown are going to be having a match at North versus South.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Very cool. That's a cool match.
Yeah, they've been having some back and forth in the messages and some stuff like that, and Robert says that he wants to have that match, and Michael said it's an easy day, so looks like they're going to have a match at North versus South. Robert Terry and Michael Brown.
Oh yeah, I see some potential story on that one for sure. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Yeah, Robert and Michael, if you guys are watching, get that video journaling done. I want to see some good lead up to that match. I know the match is gonna be great. But yeah, we'll pull gold out of that. Caribbean Bull saying that he wants the number 9 person. And what was it? 205 right-handed. So if he wants the number 9, yeah, that's Donovan Alexander. And Donovan's a North guy?
That's North. Yeah, that's North.
Okay.
So
Needs a South guy.
There's a couple more matches actually that we need to announce before we get off of this thing.
Okay. All right. Yep. Yeah, yeah, that's a tough one. So Caribbean Bowl, we would need to find you a South person. And yeah, the next on the list would be that is a South person is Cody Hadley at number 7. And Cody is a monster, but so are you, bro. So yeah, let's talk about that very soon. And the other match announcements. Should we just talk about the ones that we talked about before?
Well, yeah, but there's a couple that I forgot to mention that I mean, I think you might know a couple of them, but
Okay.
So obviously you got Terry and Blanca Vega. They're gonna go at it again.
Oh, okay. Right, that'll be
So
good.
you remember they had an exciting match. And then I think the most
Oh, you're muted.
the most exciting match, or at least one of them, Grace is facing Brandon Elsner right-handed.
Oh, that's happening? Oh, right. Yes. I love it. I love it. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Yes.
So talk
That's
about
definitely
theatrics and hype.
Yeah, we need to get a lot of that out of that for the documentary for sure. Yeah, Brandon and Grace, start that video journaling for this lead up. This is gonna be awesome. I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just had to get those out there because I forgot, and those are important as well. Robert Terry made me think of it once I thought about the Robert Terry and Mike Brown match. Yeah. But that match is going to be exciting because I don't know if you watch Robert pull. When he pulls, there's a lot of screaming going on, a lot of yelling, a lot of hooting and hollering. And Mike, like if he's doing good, there's a lot of hooting and hollering going on, and so it's a potential to be it's a potential to be a really good match with fireworks for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I wanna see if I could find something like that really cool. And screen share it here. So Robert Terry arm wrestling and Ricky Ramos's match, the person he's facing, you're gonna have to fill me in on a little bit.
Oh yeah, Austin Fenley. So he's the kid that is about a year into the sport. He is part of Santino's team. He was a a walk-in when we were at the Sonora tournament up in the hills. This guy walked in and said, "Hey, I heard there was arm wrestling here. Can I try it?" And tried it and did pretty well. And then had the match with Ricky at the Fit Expo and ended up getting a pin on Ricky, which was pretty crazy. But yeah, curly haired kid, wearing the Sac County Arms jersey. Yeah, pretty new in the sport, like I said, but
Okay.
they're gonna have a match. Yeah.
All right. I like it. I like it. Very cool. Yeah, I love those unknowns. So that could be very interesting. I did find Robert Terry versus Jody Williams. Have you seen that match on Polar TV?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe Washington.
Yeah, I believe so. It was about 7 months ago. So I'm gonna screen share it now. Share sound, and here we go. Okay. So this is Robert Terry versus Jody Williams. Hey, I said play. And this is on Polar TV. If you want to go check out Polar TV, subscribe.
This super match, we have another one. David Green.
Yeah, he looks intense.
This way.
They'll be up after
Turn
this.
out for me, guys. A little bit here, both of you.
How many Jody Williams fans we got out there? How about Robert? Robert got any
Yeah,
fans?
Polar TV's got some great stuff.
Elbow on this side. One elbow.
One.
Shoulder. Ready, go! Stop. Elbow here.
Oh, he's a hand guy.
Ready, go!
There it is, Jody Williams with the flash pin.
Is it real choppy for you?
Rotate.
Oh, is it choppy for you?
Yeah.
Here, maybe if I turn the sound off, is it less choppy? No?
No, it's still the same.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to get a look at him pulling a high level puller. Yeah, he does look
Yeah.
intense. I saw one he had a match with Scott Partington too. I want to check
Yeah, that was so Robert's another one, into it, took a while off and then is coming back into it type thing, and yeah, so he's been around the sport for a while for sure.
Yeah, yes. And
But you
Benjimac.
probably, if you look at older stuff, you'll probably find something,
Oh, okay. All right. Benjimac says, when's the next North versus South? I live streamed and filmed the last one. Yes, if anybody is interested in seeing the footage from North versus South 1, which was absolutely insane, go check out Benjimac's YouTube channel. You're welcome to pop that link
Is
there.
Benji
What's
gonna
that?
be there? Ask
So
Benji,
Benji,
is he gonna be there?
it's gonna be June 15th. Same place, same brewery in Bakersfield. Would love it if you came and even helped with the videography. So my thing is, if anybody is set up to do live streaming or anything for the event, or anybody's putting their heads together for that, if they want to contribute clips for the final North vs. South documentary, I would still not have a problem at all with you putting out whatever you have first, dedicated to your footage of the event. And I would only be taking, very particular bits and pieces that contribute to the story of the documentary. The documentary would come out quite a bit after, I'm sure a few months or something like that, more towards fall or maybe even as far as winter. So yeah, if we can put our heads together, that would be great. Cross-pollinate. That would be awesome. But yeah, November 15th. Devin's forearm in the house saying, "Oh, y'all in trouble." Nicholas Rush Butler in the house. And let's see. The Drew says, "Benji is a good dude. We pulled many times. He's the flippity floppity master." Yeah, Benji's cool as all hell. All right, man. Well, the only other match that we haven't announced here, we could have announced Travis's while he was on here, but Travis Provence has a match with Rory Harrison. Where's Rory Harrison at, Josh?
He's also from Santino's team, Sacramento.
Okay. All right. And another one I'm really looking forward to is Aiden's younger brother. So Aiden's got the match with Tommy, while Aiden's younger brother Nolan has a match with my teammate Elijah Colazzo. Yes, sir. Yes, so Nolan is 15 and Elijah is, or at least will be, 15 at that event, from what I understand. But both guys are new to the game, really, really talented. I think it's going to make for a fun, explosive match. Devin's Forearm says, "Yo, Kane, what's up, Devin's Forearm? Good to have you here." So, yeah, I mean, I think we're pretty much wrapping it up here. So really good to have you on tonight, Josh, and the rest of the guests. Thank you, everybody in the chat. And we'll just keep this monster going from week to week. Anything you want to add, my brother?
I do. Is that okay? No, it's not. Never mind. Yeah, I thought that the middle guitar there, the head that I seen, for some reason I saw half black and half white. I thought it was a Rickenbacker.
Daddy. Dad.
Which one? Oh, the this one here. Oh wait, now I'm losing you.
Sorry. Yeah, that black one, the head there. I seen it.
Yeah,
And oh,
it's just an
yeah,
Epiphone.
that's what it
Yeah,
was.
this one here. Yeah, it needs a little work. Buddy that works with me, I believe, yeah, that was him that gave that to me. That right there is like a 65 Schaefer. It's pretty cool. The pickup on it kind of almost makes it sound like a harmonica. This one I think you'd really like, that little cigar box guitar down there, the black one.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
There's pickups
Oh
under
yeah.
that AC vent in the center. That's a AC
Uh-huh.
and then yeah, there's this single coil neck pickup and a middle pickup underneath there. And with the vent there, it makes it sound, yeah, like a harmonica too. But
Awesome. Oh, you got an ook too? You're all into it, bro. That's what's up, dude. That is
Yeah.
what's up.
Dude,
That's what's up.
When Malia first met me, I lived in like I rented some back house down mountain when I lived there. All I had was I didn't have a bed. I had a drum stage. I had a bed that I converted into a drum stage. It was like this big wooden frame. I ditched the bed and put a platform on it, put the drums up there so I could jam with people, and like it was pretty fun. But yeah, like we were pretty much on the floor all the time. All there was instruments, no furniture or anything like that. She domesticated me well though. Yeah. Yeah, this is my dog house. This is where I can go and have fun. But
Heck yeah.
in the house there's like actual furniture now.
That's awesome, bro. That looks like a cool little spot. Yeah.
We'll
Well,
get you
one
over
day
here.
we need to do like um what do you call it? Not like karaoke, but like name that tune or something, like come on here and do our own game show, like our own thing, with
Oh
guitars or
yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
totally. Yeah.
Something, mess around, get people more engaged and yeah.
I think we're supposed to get like we already got 1 or 2 feet of snow. It's too dark. Let's see if the light comes on. Uh, yeah, it's too dark out here, but yeah, it's snowing.
That's what's up.
All right, man. Well, it was good chatting. We'll call it a night and keep pushing this monster forward, yeah?
Yeah, you too, man. This wouldn't be possible without you, and I really appreciate everything you're doing. I hope that everybody else recognizes all the work that you're putting in and everything. So, thank you.
Thanks, man. Likewise.
Yeah,
Cool. All right. Have a good night.
you too, brother.